Alright guys, we're doing something different today. No Cadillac work today. We gotta fix the yard tractor. Yard's starting to look like a jungle. Went to go start it. Starter's been giving me problems. So took the starter apart and three of these magnets, this magnet, this one, and this one, were all loose and were all to one side. So the starter would crank to a point and then it would just stop, and it was drawn like 220 amps. So I knew something was wrong with the starter. Took the starter apart. I had another starter. I thought this other starter was going to work. It wasn't. It bolts on different. So I took the starter apart, hoping that the armature or the housing would work. They, of course, didn't work. So that's where we're at. Now, what I ended up doing, so this is the armature that I'm not going to use. This was the starter that just doesn't work. But you can see how the commutator is kind of worn down. So what I did was this is the one that I'm going to use. And you can, I don't know if it'll show up on the camera, but I polished the commutator. What I did was I chucked this thing into my drill press and spun it. And while I was spinning, I polished this bearing and the commutator with 320 grit sandpaper. So now the JB weld, I JB welded this yesterday. I didn't even think about making this into a video until just now when I was walking out here. But hopefully the JB weld will hold. So if not, then I'll have to buy a starter. So no big deal. This, getting the way I did these brushes, I'll show you on this other one. So the brushes go inside. See if I can do it. Well, it was kind of tricky. What I ended up doing was I got one in. There we go. I got one in like that. And then I took a small vice grip and I put a vice grip right here on the lead, on the brush wire, so that it'd hold. So I had 4 vice grips holding them open while I dropped the armature in. And then once I had the armature inside of it, I unclamped everything. So that's how I got this. I was going to polish the brushes, but I got this lawnmower for almost for free about 10 years ago. I think I bought it for like $100 or $200. So it's not a big deal. But so now I'll go through, clean. This is the opposite drive end. This is the side that'll go up against the brushes. And then this is the drive end side. It'll sit on there, and then the starter drive, all that goes on there. So I'll get everything cleaned. I don't know, I'll put it together, show you guys what it looks like. Okay, of course, I went to go put it together, and once the armature is in here, it won't spin, it's bound up. I think it's binding up between these two magnets, because these ones are JB welded opposite each other, and I think that's just a little too tight. So because it's just a starter and I got nothing to lose here now, I'm gonna spin this thing up. I got some 80 grit, and we're gonna just try and take a couple foul off of this. But I think first we're going to change the speed of this, because this is way too slow. Alright, let's try that ludicrous speed now. I've never had it this fast before. Let's see how it goes. So according to my drill press, I just had it on its fastest speed. So we were spinning at 5,500 RPM. That's pretty quick. So find my caliper. It was 2.165. Let's see what it is now. Yeah, we still got a ways to go. I want to shave about 5 thou off. We went 2.5 thou right there. So keep going. A little more. Hopefully I didn't get... Oh, I got the winding just a little bit.
So, the marks you have for the garden?
So naturally, because that's just how life goes, we got this turned down small enough. I went to go put it in. The one magnet that I didn't glue in, that was glued in, you can kind of see I JB welded this one, and this one in, because this one was still in there. So naturally, of course, I go to stick it in, this magnet comes out. So now I got to mix up some JB weld this guy in, and then wait till tomorrow because the JB weld needs time to dry. So pretty typical anger and frustration, guys. Really, this stupid little starter project couldn't go any better. And I cut my thumb last week, and that's why I was wearing nitrile gloves, and I kind of forgot when I took the glove back off, it reopened the flap on my thumb. So that's always great.